we're going to try to upgrade this project to 26 because I almost got everything I need. I've been trying to gather, what I need to take note of going forward with this engine version before Unreal Engine 5 comes out, later this year. And I'm just kind of trying to be smart about that and see where things are. But basically, I'm going to talk about how I'm really trying really hard to start over, like completely just start fresh, This past, I want to say like 2 years, I've wanted to do that so bad. But the problem was I was stuck with so much work I had already done because I had gone through a lot with another developer, and I actually had more on a team before with Wolfthorn. Now that kind of went sideways, and I ended up just taking the project on for myself because I had started the project, but I had a team I had gathered that was helping me out with it, kind of, and we were kind of just all working together, doing our thing there. But that didn't really work out. That was like 2 years ago or something like that. It was a long time ago. And so after that, I had worked on Wolfthorn probably several months more, and after that, Erythium came around, which is when I started to think about this, and I was like, holy crap, this could be a really neat thing, and it could kind of take over for Wolfthorn, since I've been having such a hard time doing that, because it's like, it's difficult to make an RPG like that on your own, but I wanted to like dive head on into it, because I knew I had the time, and I knew I had the resources on my own. Okay, are you gonna load the maps? But yeah, I don't know, I could go on all day talking about that, but I think it's time to kind of restart. I've been wanting to do this for so long, I've been mentioning it. It's just really difficult when you put so much time into a game project on your own, and then you realize all of a sudden that you have just been pushing yourself the whole time to work on something that is really not what you need to be doing right now. I don't know. So I think it's trying to load all my maps because I had to reinstall my graphics driver. Again, I had to go back to the studio driver for 60.89, I think. Again, I made an Answer Hub forum post about this, whatever. And I don't know. A lot of people have been, I think, kind of looking at that. The past week, I've been trying to figure out what's been going on, but there's only a few people that actually commented on that and said something like, I think Iron Belly, which is one of the people, I think he does those guns on the marketplace. I think that's him. I think he had commented something and said, just put it in OpenGL and you'll be fine, and I honestly, I'm about to. I was about to until I decided to go back to the NVIDIA driver. And it's fine now. I guess I can't update my graphics drivers for now, unless I go into like DDU and then try to do that shit again. And I was just like, alright, I don't want to do that right now. I kind of just want to start streaming, and I'll fuck with that later. But honestly, I don't know what the issue is. I don't even know if that would fix it. Because, I had no problems reinstalling these drivers. I went from talking about my project direction to drivers. I guess I'm going to have to do some editing later. But, I'm just gonna go through these maps while I'm kind of talking about this and see what I have to do here. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. That problem is solved for now, but so I'm gonna kind of just quickly tell everybody what I'm planning on doing, because I know I have photos of Wolfthorn everywhere on, social media. I have them, like posts about the game. I don't have a whole lot of posts. I've kept a lot to myself, but I still have posted things about the game, and the people who have followed, I don't really see. That's where I was like, okay, I kind of have an opportunity here, because I'm not that big yet. I don't have a massive following for this game, because I have made sure I didn't get a massive following so far. I haven't really posted anything huge. I posted screenshots, little screenshots here and there, art on ArtStation, just a little work in progress, whatever. And they weren't even, most of them weren't even finished environments. They were just basically work in progress, like, hey, this is kind of where I'm going with this is what I'm trying to do. But that was kind of on purpose, because I knew that if I wanted to do this, what I'm doing right now, I would have to suffer the consequences of telling my whole following that, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. I've changed my mind completely, which I changed my mind a lot, so I knew that. I kind of knew that if I were to do that, it wouldn't be good. It just wouldn't be good at all. So I didn't do it. I've kept my following fairly small, and I haven't really put a whole lot about that game out, even though I have entries on, I don't know, like IndieDB. Shit, I even have a Metacritic, because I had put it on Steam before, but I refunded the dev fees because I didn't really have it out. It wasn't out. It was just I just paid for the application fee, and I had it on the store. Nobody could really see it. There was one time where I had it public for a night, just visible. They couldn't download it, nothing. So I didn't take that route, and I'm thankful that I wasn't one of those devs who's like, okay, let's put something out and then take it away. Because you get those all the time these days. It's so common. But I didn't do that. I didn't do that with Wolfthorn. And I won't do it, ever, because I know better. Never mind, we should be fine now, though. I'm just going to reopen it. But, as I was saying, I think this is going to be the first focus again. But I really have to try to kind of force myself, because it's super difficult. I had literally just written to people about how, okay, yeah, I just watched this movie, right? I'm not going to say what movie it was, because it doesn't matter. But I had just watched this movie, and I got really inspired by this movie, right? And I looked at the history behind the movie, and I'm like, okay, this movie has literally made me want to pick up writing the book again. After I kind of paused, and I was like, I don't know what else to write about. Because if this game is going to have a story behind it, because my goal was to write a book with the game. I never told anybody that before, but my goal was to put out a book with a game. Whether it be a shorter novel or a longer novel, because I had written my entire life, and I was like, what if I just write a book with it and have that book back the game? Pretty ambitious, maybe, but was it impossible? Probably not. I had the time to do it, but I didn't. I ended up writing about, I don't know, maybe like a paragraph the first night, and I looked at it and I'm like, okay, this is alright, this is pretty good. But the problem is, how does this relate to a single thing I have written in my design doc so far? It didn't really match up that well. It was adding things on top of that, so it didn't make sense. It was like, alright, so you've already got stuff written in your game design, or I have a game dev doc, or game design document, whatever, GDD, I keep for Wolfthorn, and that one is massive. It's super large. It's been going on for about a year or two, maybe a year and a half. Maybe, yeah, probably about 2 years now. I don't know what the hell's going on. My mouse was off the screen. But that was separate. I had made a new document that was also being stored in source control and everything that I have, which I was using. I've been using Git for Wolfthorn. That was brand new. I wrote a paragraph and I didn't write anymore. I stopped writing it, and I haven't picked it up since. It's been about a week. So it's basically writer's block, and I just don't want to face that it is writer's block, because that sucks. When you get that, and you've already kind of like, oh my god, I just came up with all this, for the story, and you get a writer's block. It is probably one of the worst things in writing a story. Very few people get over that. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. It's trying to load all these assets too. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Anyways, yeah. That's about what happened with that. I ended up just going and working on other things for the game. In the meantime, I stopped writing in the actual book, and instead of doing that, I have so much shit in this project, it's ridiculous. Because of migrations. Yeah, that's what happens. I don't even know what the fuck I was saying before. Oh well. So I'm gonna finish trying to just figure out what plugins we got here, because I'm using a lot of different plugins from the marketplace that I have used for a while, and I know sometimes they're kind of cool to learn off of too. I don't know. So I guess I gotta finish getting these anyways, and oh, what the fuck is going on here? You guys seen that? Yo. Yeah, something's messed up. Let me exit that and go back in the launcher. Okay, that was weird. It must have been because I had just reinstalled the driver. I didn't do anything with, I didn't restart any programs, but yeah, I should have. I got kind of lazy there. Oops. Yeah, I got a lot of shit here. I'm actually gonna drag this off the side of the screen so I can kind of see what I'm doing easier, and check these. I'm kind of just going through these at this point because there's a lot of shit in here that just doesn't need to be enabled, like that. The less problems the better, or the less plugins the better, usually. I just have to go through them because I haven't in a while. It's been fucking, I don't know, a month, so. I think you guys kind of get the gist of what I was trying to say, though. But we'll see how that goes. and hopefully something comes of it this year. It's still the goal. The goal is still to try to get something really, I guess, just going this year. Whether it be on Steam, I don't know, the Epic Store, I don't even know. I don't know. Probably on Steam, but because I'm starting out and everything. But it also depends on the way the market falls. I don't know what exactly is going to happen in this next year. So, and I guess Steam is getting more and more, I don't even know how to describe it, but I had seen a Steam, I don't know what they call, like, game highlights or top rated highlights. I don't even really want to talk about it because it's kind of a weird thing, but if you just go and look at one of the latest ones, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. And people just, I guess they aren't really happy about that. See, a lot of people don't care because most are, I assume, adults, but I mean, that kind of demographic is really mixed. It's not all what people think sometimes. I'm gonna disable this too for now. That kind of just came out kind of useful. But I'm gonna go from the bottom and go up because I've already done some of the ones at the top anyway, so, or most of the ones at the top. So most of these I already have, I just kind of need to go through them. And then I'm going to try to see what happens when we just switch to the engine version. There shouldn't be any issues because there's no, like, C++ in this project or anything like that I've written myself, so it's not, I don't really think we should have any problems doing that. But, you know, there could always be something. So, the toolbag importer, might need that. I don't know, I have to go there in a while anyways. Okay, so I guess we can't, I might have already gotten that, I don't know. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to do this on stream, but I just said fuck it, it's not a big deal. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll just not do it. I won't fix anything else. Should be able to. If it doesn't work, there's some things we have to do. But that's fine. No, I haven't been there before. I'll kind of just talk about this further as I go, doing more of these streams, though. Again, it's just the reason I haven't been doing them is because of all this shit that's been going on the past month. Where I said, alright, yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe I just needed the first month of the year to just figure all that out. Maybe that's what I needed. I don't know. Originally, I was like, okay, I'm just going to hop right into the new year, and I'm going to start over. That obviously didn't happen for most people. If they're doing anything, that usually doesn't happen. But, you know, it's kind of like, maybe I should have known that the first month was going to be just taking the time to just figure out what the hell I'm going to do to start over. Because I couldn't. I was like too attached to what I was doing. I mean, I had written so much over the years, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't mean I have to throw it away either. I could keep it and just work on it later. Do something now that will get me to where I want to be. You know, not necessarily easier, but I guess more ideally, that's not really a word, but you know, there's always like, I guess it's kind of like optimal thinking in a sense. Most people don't really do that, but when you take the time, it's kind of helpful. Kind of, right? Okay. I shouldn't have that many more to get. I don't think I'm gonna be using all these anyways. I'll end up going through these and just seeing really what I need to rely on and what I don't. Probably next stream. But right now I'm just kinda gonna gather all these together. See, I think I could get back into doing these again if I would have just done this like a month ago. But it's been so hard for me to tell people, or tell you guys, even everybody that's following this channel, or even my YouTube, because it's so personal. And not just because it's so personal, but because it's really difficult to explain to people. It's like they'll sit there and be like, okay, so what are you doing? I don't know what the hell's going on with my mouse cursor. You're just like restarting everything. You're just gonna throw everything out the window. I thought you were doing this. Why do you keep changing your mind? That's always the question. Why do you keep changing your mind? I don't know. Why do I keep changing my mind? I have no idea. It just happens. It just happens. Well, really, the real reason is because of what I had explained in this stream earlier. I've talked about it a few times too. I think we're almost done. I need to get lunch soon. I think everybody's starting to come back home. Seems like everybody in this house has a doctor appointment today, right? All this shit going on. Again, you guys can't really see what I'm doing. I'm kind of just glancing at this monitor and using it to kind of search for the plugins I need to update still. Which, again, isn't that many. I'm almost done, I think, actually. Another good reason why it's good to check up on what you're actually relying on every now and then. I think a lot of people don't really do that, who are starting out. People who've been working with the engine should, anyways. But I guess it really depends on who you are, how much you think about making it easier on yourself. I don't know. It's like going through anything, really. But then, you know, there's always those people that are like not so keen on using any plugins from other developers anyways, which is fine. I get that, especially if you have the experience yourself to write all these plugins, and maybe the time to would be a thing. But I just don't understand those people that will hark other people for having them, which is kind of too common these days. But it's kind of the same thing with assets and how that's always been with marketplace assets and whatnot. I've seen a few discussions about it this week alone. You know, happens every week. Still, it's kind of like a console PC war debate almost. And it's partly because of that thing I've been talking about with Steam. If you look again at the latest titles releases, you'll kind of see some things in there that might stand out to you, some things might not. Depends on who you are, depends on what you care about in the games industry. And, you know, keep in mind, most of these people are probably gamers, right? You know, most game developers are gamers and game developers. I mean, if you never played a game before and you're making a game, it just wouldn't make sense, right? I don't even think people really look at that as much either. It's as obvious as it is. You know, if you work on cars, do you not drive cars? Do you not drive vehicles often? Well, it depends, I guess. But still, I think we're about done. I don't know why this is like dying over here because I'm like switching between windows so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that DAS plugin though. I might have to update that inside of the DAS install manager because I am using that right now, but the problem is yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that through there because I think they had the plugin on the marketplace, and originally it was kind of like confusing because they had it on there and they also had the one on their market, and then I was like, okay, which one do I get, you know, because I was just that's when it just started coming around. There was a video that came out with it that kind of explained a little bit about it, and then I started watching other videos on how to get like physics simulations on certain parts of, you know, the body and stuff, you know, that, yeah, I'm not going to talk about that entirely, but you guys know what I mean. But I was looking at just all kinds of stuff about that, and a lot of things had been made simpler because of it. I think the plugin had been around a while, but they must have done something with it. I don't know exactly. I don't remember. They had done something with it, and it had been updated. I think we're almost done. It's installing 3 more plugins for 4.26. 4.26. I don't even know if that's a good idea to do right now. I really don't. But again, I'd kind of done my research. That's what I've been doing this entire morning, you know, before this stream. But yeah. Next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to try to work on my own. I've seen so many projects about this on forums this past week again, and I wanted to do it so bad. It's something you kind of need to know a good bit about widgets for this, but or not just widgets, but UMG in general. And I had looked this up previously. It's a Resident Evil style inventory system. I've seen so many different people do different things with it. I've seen a lot of people do the newer ones, which are not really, I mean, they're not jigsaw based as much like I don't know, say something like Resident Evil 4, which is really kind of interesting to me because maybe it's because I played it the most, but it was all kind of contained in a gun case, and you know, you could upgrade that to get more tiles to place your items and whatnot. But it was kind of interesting. It kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It made me want to make sure everything was fit in there like the right way because I knew it was actually like a case. You could visually see the case, and it just kind of triggered an OCD thing in me, where I was like, okay, this needs to face this way, or it doesn't make sense. Like, this gun needs to be horizontal, not vertical. It's really weird. I don't know. I've always kind of been like that, though. I'm kind of just waiting on this to finish, to be honest. Almost done. This has really been more of a talking stream than a do things stream, but a do things stream. Maybe that should be a new series. I also changed the name of the stream series that I've been doing for, like, I don't know, I think like a year now. Honestly, I don't even know. It's been a while. I changed the name from Unreal Engine Kind of Morning to Unreal Engine Kind of Day because it wasn't really morning when I made the stream, and I started to realize that, okay, why don't I just put day? That way I could do it at any time of the day that I feel like doing it. I don't know, for now, until there's a reason for me to keep a schedule. I don't know. I think a lot of shit's gonna break in here when I do this. Honestly, I really should make a backup of this, but fuck, I don't know. I gotta fix this because I just looked in this blueprint the other day, and I've done some really weird shit in there. It just doesn't make sense. I could have, like... Alright, so here, I'm gonna show you guys real quick, actually. I don't think it's in here. I think it's not in here. It's somewhere else, but if I find it, I'll show you guys, because it's just ridiculous. I don't know what I was doing or what I was thinking. Okay, yeah, let's just keep doing this because I'm too lazy to do anything else. Some things I've done like that, and just, I don't understand it. Come on. I'm looking for... I can open any one of these and just open up the master. I wanted to check something real quick. So I can't find, I wanted to keep FX on this, but I just kind of realized it started to look kind of stupid, so if I find a different thing to do, or if I make my own where it just kind of fits better, I'll probably add that back, but I have it off for now. It's basically just, you know, when you drag an item in, any of these objects are interactable. I kind of show you guys real quick, actually, because this is something we're gonna work on next, or probably next stream. I don't know about this stream. I just kind of wanted to do this just to kind of catch you guys up on things that have been going on, and upgrade the project, I guess. I don't know, and then start another one later. Now that I feel better about doing these, because I'm kind of like, alright, I've told you guys what's going on, and if you wanted to go back and really see what's going on, it's there. Oh, that was weird. It's there. It's gonna be on my YouTube channel. Okay, what the hell? That's another thing. Okay, so like the camera is kind of, you have to auto adjust these currently, which is really stupid that I made it like this, but actually it's upside down too, so yeah, you have to auto adjust these sometimes. something I kinda have to fix. I was thinking about just making it go in a set pose, like it should, almost. But then again, I'm like thinking about, okay, what if you want to pick it up and you want to have a certain view? And maybe it is better to just keep it for now. And I've kept this, you know, like this, where you have to manually move the camera and whatnot. I'll kind of elaborate on that later a little bit more. Okay, what's going on here? I don't know what that was. Other thing is this attachment I haven't fixed. Oh shit, I haven't fixed that yet. And the blood, it's not right. Still, I think it's like this. My last stream, I was sitting there like, what the hell's going on? I did something wrong, and so now it's like doing it like it's that's not right. You know? It's insane. Too much, maybe, maybe. The blood pools work on these guys, but they don't work in. Okay. I'm not very smart sometimes. Okay. That was a great representation. Not really. I don't know why it's lagging its ass off on the stream too. Weird. Oh yeah, that's right. Probably because of my driver update that I did, and I didn't really restart anything. I don't know. Sometimes that shit happens. I don't. Okay, so I think that is pretty much everything. And I don't know if I'm gonna do this or not. I really should. I really need to have a backup for this. Somewhere. So I'm trying to think about what I want to do. I might just wait and do that. Get that all sorted out. And then come back to this. I think that's what I might do. I don't know. I'll change the title on the stream anyways, because we didn't really do any of that this stream. Fuck it, I'll leave it, you know, because we were working on some of that stuff. Yeah, I'll leave it, whatever. Sometimes things kind of change when you think about them a little bit more. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to kind of tell you guys, though. I'm going to try to edit this later and put this on my YouTube channel, like I said, so I kind of just cut out the parts where I talk about what's going on and put it on my YouTube channel for everyone to kind of see that. I do want to say that this doesn't mean I'm throwing things out. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just putting things to the side. Again, like I had literally mentioned the year before when I was doing this with Erythium, when this started to come around. And that was the whole purpose of starting this project originally. But it didn't work because I thought, okay, no, what am I doing? I've put so much work into this, into Wolfthorn, that there's no reason for me to scrap it when I knew the whole reason in the first place of starting this project was, or not scrap it, but put it aside, was to put it aside, which I didn't do. But I think I'm going to do that now, and for the sake of, I think, actually me not streaming the past 2 weeks when I said I was going to start we'll maybe start a Wolfthorn stream next stream, stuff like that, and I didn't do it, made me realize why, or it just made me think, like, why the hell am I not doing it? What's keeping me from doing it? And it was this. I kind of knew that, but I didn't know how to express it. So here I am. This stream, just kind of doing that quickly, I guess. I guess that's kind of the purpose of this stream. More so than anything. Even if I'm just going around, just looking at all this shit, not really doing anything right now. I at least wanted to get the word out. You know, it's like, why not make a video about this instead of just doing a stream on it? Well, because I guess it's easier for me. I don't know. I just figured, why not? Might as well just do that. So yeah, and you know, I don't feel too bad about, you know, starting over anyways, in the sense, or, you know, on a positive note, where I've already had this project for a year as well, so if I was to go back to this and just finish this, it's entirely possible, and I'd probably be way better off. Hey, anime dude, what's up? But yeah, I just want to get that out there, somehow, some way. I think this shit happens to a lot more people than maybe I realize myself, but and even as much as I want to think it doesn't, I think it does. It's just, I really think too much about sometimes about, there's people that will say, okay, why are you changing your mind so much? You change your mind too much, you know, that type of thing. Which is kind of hard to hear sometimes, but because, you know, part of yourself knows it's true, and the other part is like, well, what do I do to fix it? Or maybe, in order to fix it, I just need to, like, keep working on what I was working on, which is what I was doing to myself. I was attaching myself to something that I knew, could work out, but, I mean, I wouldn't have known if it did or didn't. That's when you kind of have to think about things a little bit harder. I disabled Voxel. I was using that free version just to try it out, but I didn't want to try it out anymore, I guess, because I'm probably just going to buy it this year. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know if there's going to be a point, because I don't know what's going to happen with Unreal Engine 5 with that, so I'm just going to, like, hold off on it, I guess. I don't know. As far as code plugins go, I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about all that anyways. Not yet. I'm kind of afraid to open any of these though, because I know that this shit keeps, like, I don't know what's broken, what isn't. It's been so long. Most of these, I don't know about all of them, but I remember when I did this. I did this for a YouTube video. I never really finished it, to be honest. I just kind of did things here and there. I mean, the only real issue with it right now is that the walls that I'm using were from some pack of modular walls that I have used to do my own things with, and the back faces were cold and it was just a thin wall, so it wasn't really ideal for building that kind of thing, because you would go into one room and you would realize really quickly that you're literally just looking at walls that are made of paper. It's like, it's just a mistake I made where I'm like, I didn't make it so it looked like it was really thicker thick walls, normal walls. It'd be fine if I would have used it in the hallway and that's it, but just simple level design mistakes. Maybe that's why two people didn't like that. I don't know. I don't get that many views on them. Never really did, but some of them kind of got more than others. Talking about my little speed build series that I started that I didn't do much of it. I kind of did a few videos. I don't know, maybe I'll get back into it with all this stuff, but I guess here's to hoping. This one's loading up there. There we go. Oh, it's dying too. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I never really finished this. I guess I just kind of did a basic foundation of things, or some things proportional wise weren't really fitting, but I did them anyways. Like this, for example. That wasn't there in the video, but I did this, and the other problem was I realized that I need to make a new chandelier because, yeah, the chain doesn't really, or at least just extend the chain, doesn't really, kind of just floats currently. I originally wanted to do something in this map where maybe I do something different with it, or it's not really like a Silent Hill duplicate. And it has something to do with this game. I don't know, I really just did this for fun though. And then you can kind of see where that becomes a problem as far as lighting goes. And everything. Anyways, man, I don't want to end the stream right now, but I gotta get something to eat. And I think I've talked about pretty much everything. I'm just trying to think, make sure I have. So if I go back and edit this out, like I said I was gonna do, and I find that I haven't really talked about something, I'm just gonna have to add on to it, which I guess I could just do anyways. I don't know. Either way, I guess we'll just go from there. But I think the feeling now that I have talked about it is a lot better, because here I am streaming the development series again, whereas if I wouldn't have talked about it, I would have probably never did it, or it would have taken me a month to get back into it, because I haven't even talked about it. So I just think something clicks in my mind where I'm like, yeah, you haven't really even talked about any of the things you're doing. You're really not being transparent here. Transparent in a healthy way, which is important, especially if you're making games or doing things for other people, for a large amount of people, for a community, even communities, whatever. So yeah, I think that's about it. Kind of a short stream. I really thought I was gonna work on converting this to 26, but I decided that I would just maybe it's better I just wait and make sure I have a backup of this again. I'm gonna try to get it on my other computer and pop it on one of the hard drives from that, and then just keep it on there for now too, and that will kind of do me enough justice for a backup. So I'll do that. Alright, I'm gonna go get something to eat because it's kind of like getting later in the afternoon and I am hungry as hell. So normally I just pause the stream, but I think I've pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about this stream, and we'll continue next stream. I'll probably write some stuff down about what we'll be doing, since that's something I've been kind of wanting to work on more too, is making sure I have maybe a list of things to do, and I know kind of what I'm going to tackle at that stream or what I'm going to work on that day. It's really organization for daily basis of work on my projects. So we'll do that. Thank you guys for sticking around though. For everybody who's still following this channel, or has been watching the channel even on my YouTube, since I haven't really put anything out on there in a while. Just thank you, and I hope to make this a very big year, an awesome year, and peace out, guys. Have a great day, a great night, and I will see you the next stream. Later.